Many are upset over the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, with some people claiming that it was rigged because many people bet a lot of money and they lost a lot of money.
In the leaked script of the Mike Tyson versus Paul fight, we're given an inside look at what was clearly a scripted battle, designed to make Jake Paul the star. The script portrays Tyson as the aggressive, powerful legend he is, but it's clear Paul, the younger fighter, was set to dominate through a series of already planned moments. Round 1 in the script starts with Tyson coming forward, with his famous bob and weave style, throwing a few jabs to show his power. But Paul, moving with a lot of speed, stays away and counters Tyson's shots with a quick 1-2. This gives the impression that Paul is the smarter, faster fighter from the start. In the real fight, the story was the same. Tyson landed a few good punches, but Paul's movement and counters showed he wasn't in any real danger. This was likely planned to make Paul look impressive, while not allowing Tyson to really land his best shots.
I gotta ask you, how you feel about that Mike Tyson fight last night?
Man, I mean, to me, that was like watching some WWE type, to me, there's two different ways to look at it. Like, I was out at a restaurant and we were drinking and all this type, couldn't fully hear the commentary and all that. But for what I'm watching, to me, there was times that I felt like Mike could have hit this dude and didn't hit him. You know what I mean? But then on the converse, you know, people saying, yo, this dude Jake Paul was actually giving Mike some mercy. You know what I mean? Mike's legs was looking bad, and you know, I think the whole thing was scripted. The whole thing was just a money grab.
Round 2 in the script has Tyson landing a hard left hook to Paul's body that gets a big reaction from the crowd, like it's supposed to be a real turning point. But Paul stays calm, using his reach to keep Tyson at a distance. This round in the script was clearly designed to make Tyson look like he was still dangerous, but ultimately, Paul's footwork and stamina were what mattered. In the actual fight, Tyson did land some decent body shots, but Paul continued to avoid real danger, making it clear the fight was scripted for Paul to stay in control.
What up, y'all? Hey, we saw what happened tonight. Mike came out, gave it all he had. His legs, you can tell, weren't with him tonight, so it was a little bit difficult. But thank God Jake didn't knock him out, because I would have felt bad for Jake, because Andre Ward was definitely going to go after Jake if he did knock Tyson out. So thank God he didn't. Thank God everybody ended up healthy, happy. Now I ain't got to worry about Andre coming out of retirement no time soon, so we all good.
Round 3 in the leaked script is where Paul starts gaining confidence. He lands a sharp right cross that stuns Tyson, and then he slips away from Tyson's combination. This round is when the script starts to show Paul as the faster, more skilled fighter, with Tyson's power looking less and less dangerous. In the actual fight, Paul did land some good shots, but Tyson didn't really look stunned. He kept moving forward. The script exaggerated Paul's success, making it seem like Tyson was losing his touch faster than he actually was.
No, I watched a couple of rounds. I don't want to Chris. I think one thing I'll say is I think Nikisa and Jake and MVP did an amazing job on the promotion. Netflix, everybody. What I saw, I hated to see. And I knew I'd hate to see it. But congratulations to them, and on we go.
Round 4 in the script shows Tyson clearly tiring. He's still dangerous, but Paul's jabs and precision start to control the fight. A clean right hand opens a cut above Tyson's eye, which in reality didn't happen. The script makes it seem like Tyson's body is breaking down, but in the actual fight, Tyson was still tough and moving forward, even though Paul was doing a great job avoiding the big hits. The added drama in the script is clearly there to make it look like Tyson was completely worn out, when, in reality, he was still in the fight.
Yeah, it's not boxing, it's not fair. There is no quality there, and I don't think, I know Netflix still do the Misfit stuff, but I don't think that they do the Jake Paul ones now. You know, what a Netflix for, you know, it's a shame for proper boxing. It's a shame, because had that in some way been a success, and thankfully Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano was a great fight and its success. And even the fight, Barrios and Ramos, excellent, real boxing. But when the big main event come on, they stunk. Well, no, Jake Paul stunk the place out. He is like anyone who has never properly boxed or been brought up in a gym. He's terrified of getting hit, so he never engages. And yeah, the fans booed from definitely from around the third, fourth round, and they were still booing towards the end.
Round 5 in the leaked script is where it all ends with Paul landing a big 3-punch combo that backs Tyson into the ropes. The final blow comes when Paul catches Tyson with a devastating right hand, sending him to the canvas. The knockout is set up to make Paul look unbeatable. However, in the real fight, the knockout never came. Paul was in control, but Tyson still looked strong enough to take the punches and survive. The script's big finish wasn't needed because the fight was already rigged to make Paul look dominant.
If he needs the money, if he trained for 6 months, he did everything he could have done, no questions there. But he's fighting a 27-year-old who, okay, wouldn't have been able to lace his gloves once upon a day, of course not.
The leaked script for this fight was clearly designed to favor Jake Paul and make him look like the winner in every major moment. Tyson, although still powerful, was shown as slower, weaker, and more vulnerable than he actually was. The fight in real life was much more competitive, with Paul showing off his skills, but Tyson was still able to land some solid punches. The fight is said to be rigged to boost Paul's image and make Tyson's age look like the only real factor in his defeat. However, fighters around the world reacted to the situation and were frustrated by the result. Ryan Garcia tweeted, "No point of that fight." Stephen F. Arizona noted that many were hoping to see the old Mike Tyson, but instead, they saw a fighter who, at 58, showed his age. While Tyson performed better than most men his age could, it was clear that his prime had passed.
We're all hoping to see a little flash of the old Mike, and we saw like someone who, I wish I'd seen the old Mike. Not to take anything from Jake, but Mike looks his age, and he should. Look, I take that back. He did a lot better than a lot of 58-year-olds would have done.
Shakur Stevenson posted on X, "Look like Jake got a good heart, he is not gone. Try glad he's not trying to knock my boy out." Eddie Hearn stated that while the first 30 seconds of the fight were entertaining, the rest was hard to watch. He acknowledged the large turnout in viewership, but emphasized that the fight wasn't for him. Hearn praised Tyson's heart, but didn't want to see him struggle in the ring. He also noted that Jake Paul came out strong, but quickly gassed out.
I watched the first 30 seconds, which were quite entertaining, and then after it was just horrible to watch. And that's, did you enjoy watching most of that fight? It was hard to watch, but it was always going to be like that. But it doesn't have to be. They're not making this for me. Look how many people turned up. Look how many people tuned in. So I can't knock it. It's just not for me. And that's not disrespectful. I love boxing. I don't want to see Mike Tyson stuck in quicksand. And he showed unbelievable heart, by the way. No one wants to see that happening to Mike Tyson.
Out of the 30 seconds that you saw, I know Jake Paul was.
They got pillows on. They got 14-ounce gloves on. He come out like a raging bull. But after that, he was gassed. But Mike's a legend, and he showed a load of heart, but you just don't need to see it, man.
Terrence Crawford posted on X, "I love Mike Tyson, but they giving him too much credit. He looked like trash. To train that long and only throw 97 punches the whole fight is crazy. I'm just glad he didn't get hurt out there." After his win, Jake Paul referred to Mike Tyson as a legend, calling him the greatest to ever do it and the toughest man on the planet. He expressed admiration for Tyson, acknowledging that they wouldn't be in the position they were without his impact on the sport. "He's a legend," Paul said of Tyson after his win. "He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the GOAT. I look up to him. I'm inspired by him, and we wouldn't be here without him. He's an icon. He's the toughest man on the planet." Tyson, on the other hand, humbly stated that he didn't feel the need to prove anything to anyone except himself. He made it clear that he wasn't focused on pleasing the world, but rather content with what he was able to do in the ring. "I didn't prove nothing to anybody, only to myself," Tyson said post-match. "I'm not one of those guys that look to please the world. I'm just happy with what I can do." Tyler Roney Humerly posted on X, "The Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight with no context. Roy Jones Jr. expressed that seeing Mike Tyson's focused energy was reassuring, as it confirmed the fight was legitimate. He mentioned that the 2-minute rounds worked well for Tyson, but noted Jake Paul, being younger, would likely grow stronger as the fight went on. Jones advised Jake to box smart, maintain distance, and aim to tire Tyson out by making him use his legs, potentially exploiting Tyson's fatigue as the fight progresses.
That's Mike. That's vintage Mike. I was glad to see it actually because it means that Mike ain't out here just going through the motion. He's serious about it, so I liked it.
Yeah, his energy was very calming throughout the week.
Yes, it was until now. And the fact that it came out now, I'm glad to see that because if I hadn't saw that, I would be worried that this fight may not even be for real.
How do you see the fight given how Mike and you guys fought a few years back?
2-minute rounds are good for Mike, but Jake gonna get stronger as the fight goes because Jake's a younger guy. So I think Jake is smart to go out and probably try to box Mike early, but keep his distance. And if he can get Mike a little fatigued, make Mike use his legs a little bit, try to get him,
Evander Holyfield stated that the fight wasn't good overall, noting that Mike Tyson's balance was off due to a leg issue. He was surprised to learn from Tyson's trainer that his balance was indeed affected. Holyfield acknowledged Jake Paul as a pretty good fighter and saw potential for his growth, though he didn't specify who Jake should fight next.
What did you think of the fight?
It wasn't a good one.
It wasn't a good one.
No.
Yeah. Overall, how'd you just see how Jake fought, how Mike fought?
Well, you know, you can tell something was wrong with the Tyson leg.
The knee.
So he couldn't, his balance was off.
Oh, that's crazy. You noticed that. I just talked to his trainer and he told me that exact thing.
Yeah.
His balance was off.
His balance was off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. You know, overall, like, how do you see Jake growing from this, and who do you want to see him fight against now?
Well, you know, I'm like, he's a pretty good fighter.
Former heavyweight Tony Bellew said fans shouldn't tune in to watch Paul until he fights someone who is fit, healthy, and not a grandfather, while Olympic gold medal boxer Nicola Adams said Friday's result would have been a different outcome if Tyson was back in his prime. Let's be real, a young Mike Tyson would have absolutely annihilated Jake Paul tonight, she said. Andre Ward emphasized that Mike Tyson is always Mike Tyson, with his presence and charisma that make you believe in his power. Ward acknowledged Tyson's ability to talk the talk and give off that intense look that makes opponents feel his energy. He urged people to appreciate the fight for what it was, encouraging everyone to enjoy the situation without overanalyzing or expecting too much.
Like, you know, I get it, man. Mike is Mike, right? We all want Mike. Hold on. Oh, we got time. I ain't trying to get hit in this crosswalk. Mike is Mike. Mike's gonna talk the talk. He gonna have a look in his eyes, gonna make you believe, you know, I'm right there with you on that. But like, man, I hope y'all just enjoy the situation and the fight for what it was.
Dave Coldwell described the fight as a very difficult night for Mike Tyson, noting that after the first 30 seconds, the initial sparks of energy quickly faded. He observed that Tyson struggled throughout the fight, with his movement and stamina diminishing after the second round. Coldwell acknowledged that Jake Paul fought smart, taking fewer risks and controlling the pace. From his perspective, Tyson was largely stationary in the center of the ring, unable to move effectively. He described the whole situation as sad to witness, highlighting the decline in Tyson's performance.
Then, you know, it was always going to be a very, very difficult night for Mike Tyson. And after the first 30 seconds, minute, you saw that it just got gradually, you know, well, not gradually, rapidly. After the second round, you know, you can see that the little bright sparks had completely diminished, and you know, it just looked like it was hard work for him for the course of the fight. And you know, Jake Paul did what he had to do. He was smart. He was you know, not taking too many chances. And it just looked like, for the majority of the fight, from my point of view and from what I've seen, is that Tyson was just stood center of the ring and really couldn't really move. It was sad. It was so sad to see.
Spencer Fearon suggested that Jake Paul might have carried Mike Tyson during their fight, believing that if Jake had pushed harder, the outcome could have been different. He noted Tyson's decline, observing him wearing a knee brace and struggling in workouts, which showed he was not the same as he was 4 years ago when he fought Roy Jones Jr. Fearon didn't think the fight was scripted in terms of specific moves, but felt Jake held back, possibly out of respect for Tyson, to avoid knocking out a legend.
To an extent, but what I think it was is more to the fact, like, Jake Paul carried Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Because I think, like, if he'd have stuck it on him, which he could have done, then it would have been totally different. And, like, what was it? 4 years ago that him and Roy Jones, right? Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. 4 years ago. That Tyson was a lot more sharper, a lot more tenacious, right? You know what I mean? When I see you walking out, you got a knee brace on. And there was times where I was seeing Mike Tyson, even in the workouts and all the rest of what he was doing, and I could see that he was old. He was old. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was scripted to the fact of, like, they went through the fight, you're going to throw this right hand and then. No, I think it was scripted to the fact of, like, you know what? I'm not going to knock out a legend, right? Yeah. And, like, so people really think that I'm a piss taker, because there's times to me that Jake Paul carried him, right? That's what it looked like to me.
UFC legend Jon Jones found it hard to watch Mike Tyson's fight due to his age and physical decline, with Roy Jones Jr. noting Tyson's struggles with his legs. Despite the training videos and Tyson's physique, Jones felt it was difficult to see him in that state. He joked about Tyson's unexpected behavior, including showing his backside, but ultimately respected Tyson for getting in the ring. Jones thanked Tyson for allowing fans to witness him compete one last time.
I did catch the fight. It was hard to see him so old. You know, Roy Jones Jr. kept saying it, man, those legs aren't working. It was really hard to see. He really sold it, you know, with the highlight videos of him training and his physique. I wish he went and showed us a little wild. I'm like, Mike, you didn't have to do that. Mike's a freak, I bet, dude. I'm like, Mike, you old nasty old man, you old dirty you. It was hard to watch, but I respect him so much for getting in there. You know, that was the cool part. You know, it's just, I'm sure, you know, they compensated him very well. He got to give a bunch of fans what they wanted, which is just to be alive, to see him compete. And for that part alone, I thank him. I'm sure a lot of us thank him.
Claressa Shields expressed her admiration for Mike Tyson, saying he can do no wrong in her eyes. She found joy in seeing Tyson in the ring, acknowledging that while fans would love to see him knock someone out, he's 58 years old and she was just happy to witness him compete. She still considers Tyson the baddest man on the planet. Regarding Jake Paul, Shields didn't think he took it easy on Tyson, but rather that Jake was trying to set Tyson up for a big move, playing a strategic game.
Mike Tyson fight. What did you think about it? Were you happy with Mike's performance?
Listen, I love Mike Tyson. He can do no wrong in my eyes. Him getting inside the ring and everything just brought me so much joy to be able to see with my own eyes. I mean, yeah, of course you want to see Mike Tyson knock somebody out, but he's 58, man, and I'm just happy I got to witness it tonight, and he's the baddest man on the planet to me still. Okay, still baddest man on the planet.
Do you think Jake took it a little easy on him?
No, I think Jake was trying to set him up for the okie doke. He was trying to play.
However, 27-year-old Paul claimed he extended the fight for the spectacle. I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone who didn't need to be hurt, he said. For some fans, such an admission only validates their criticism of the whole affair. As well as the public criticism, the fight was subject to a host of memes on social media from fans trying to watch, with viewers joking about the poor quality of the stream and the overall quality of the fight. As for the next stage in Paul's career, he told CNN before Friday's fight that he'd like to fight Canelo Alvarez in the ring, while afterwards he threw the gauntlet down to Conor McGregor for a mixed martial arts clash. On the other hand, Tyson didn't officially announce his retirement from boxing, but expressed his appreciation for the experience. This is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in ring one last time, Tyson posted on X on Saturday. I almost died in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood and 25 pounds in hospital, and had to fight to get healthy to fight, so I won. To have my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboy Stadium is an experience that no man has the right to ask for. Thank you. So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comments section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.